Give up my Atari?
My television?
How about for this?
You bet your asteroid.
Introducing the revolutionary Vectrex arcade system. No TV set needed. Instead, Vectrex has a real arcade screen built in. So you get challenging real arcade graphics and sounds with every Vectrex cartridge. No wonder Vectrex was chosen 2-to-1 over Atari and Intellivision for real arcade gameplay. So compare. Discover how Vectrex brings real arcade play home.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Retro Shed.
Welcome back to the Retro Shed, yes.
To our...
I am very excited. I'm very excited. I'm really excited, Josh.
Wait, what video is it?
I'm really excited.
But what video is it?
18, 19, 20, I'm not sure. I'm really excited, though.
Why are you really excited?
I'm really excited.
Why are you really
because
excited?
today...
What's going on today?
We are talking about...
I thought we was doing Elite today.
No, we're not doing Elite today.
Aww.
We are doing the console that I've wanted since I was 10, 11, 12. So get me maths
Does
right.
it begin with A? Does it
No,
end in
and I don't
D?
want you to mention A in this entire video. Do you think you can do that? I'll give you a couple of quid if you don't mention the A word all the way through.
Really?
Deal.
How much? £2?
£2.
Okay.
No mention of the A word.
You shook on it now.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the
I knew
awesome
you said it then.
MB Vectrex system from 1982-3 and was decommissioned.
Which he keeps in a plastic cover.
I keep this in a glass case mounted on the wall with
No, you
spotlights on
don't.
it.
It's a plastic bag.
Okay, it's a plastic bag. And when you go up to it, you hear like these angels go, "Whoa," and the light shines from the heavens down
No, you
onto
don't.
it.
You got it off eBay, and then you just got a plastic bag and just put it on top of it.
Stop spoiling it for me. He's spoiling it for me. Anyway, the Vectrex. I first saw a Vectrex. Right, I was shopping with Mum and Dad.
He's so excited.
I was younger than this urchin here.
You what,
and
mate?
I was urchin.
Call me an urchin. I don't like C.
I was in Safeways
urchin.
with my Mum and Dad. I was in Safeways with Mum and Dad, and we were pushing the trolley around. And there on the shelf was a Vectrex. And I'd never seen one before. I'd never seen it advertised on telly.
What's that, Mummy? Is that what you like?
And there was this amazing machine, and it looked absolutely awesome. And it was about £230.
No!
Now today,
That's like the price of a second-hand PS4.
today that's about £500 in today's money. My mum and dad took one look at it, and they went, "Forget it."
That's more expensive than the PS4 today.
And I bet you know exactly how that feels, don't you? When mum and dad look at something and go, "Forget it." Well, they looked at this thing, and it was not cheap. It was very expensive, but it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
That's what I don't like about life. When you're a kid,
he's going to go off on one again.
When you're a kid, you only get 2 shots of getting what you want, and that's Christmas and your birthday.
And that's only if you behave. Right, back onto
Exactly.
it. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen because it had a built-in screen, built-in display,
No.
joystick that folded out to the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, and it was all very, very sharp vector graphics.
Sounds awesome.
It was awesome. There was nothing like it on the market at the time. Here's an original advert for the Vectrex. Take a look at that.
This is an ordinary TV video game. This is Vectrex, the only video game system with its own video screen. Take it anywhere. Just plug it in. It's your own personal arcade. A high-performance system with a built-in game plus a whole collection of arcade cartridges like Scramble, Pole Position, Berserk. So if you're into video games, forget the TV. Get into Vectrex. Light pen and 3D imager available.
Wow.
So, you can see why I was so excited about it, and still am, actually.
Do you know what?
It went on sale.
Adverts back then in 1983 were so corny.
Well, yeah. Yeah, 70s and 80s, wasn't it? And it went on sale in 1983, and what happened in 1983, Josh?
Wasn't that the big US game crash?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So really,
That was such a bad time to release it.
it was a terrible time to release a console, especially in this... Well,
Yeah.
it didn't hit this country as badly as it did America, but yeah, all around the world, the video gaming crashed.
Still, it did hit it badly.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and that was its undoing, really. It was too expensive. It was released too late.
Is that why I've
and
never heard of it? Because
You've probably never heard
it
of
just
it, yeah.
disappeared.
And it literally just disappeared overnight. You did see a few in 83, 84 in bargain bins. I mean, some of them were going for like 50, 90 quid. Can you imagine if you could pick up one of these now for 50?
How much did you get that one for?
So, yeah, in 1984 it was pretty bad news, and it was game over for the Vectrex, really before it had a chance to establish
shine,
itself. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So
the Vectrex was a vector-based gaming console
That's
designed
right.
by a US company called General Consumer Electronics. That's it.
very good. GCE,
And
that's
it
right,
went
yeah.
on sale in the US in 1982. Yeah.
1982,
For $100.
$100, yeah, $99.99.
It was then bought out by Milton Bradley in 1983, which
Yep.
also made Big Track
Yeah, Big Track,
Starbird,
Starbird, Connect 4, Operation.
and other board games.
Loads
And
and loads
then
of-
they were
MB
bought
were-
by Hasbro, weren't they?
Yeah, MB were brilliant in the day, weren't they? They
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember? You've never seen computer battleships, have you? Look at that. That's computer battleship.
Wow.
So MB did a load of really cool stuff when I was a kid, and then Hasbro snapped them up, and that was the end of MB. I'm not a big fan of Hasbro. They kind of like snapped up all the great little toy manufacturers of the 80s and 90s, and now everything is under Hasbro. They're a bit like the company out of... I'm going off on one now, guys. Do you know what Hasbro
You have to go at
reminds
me
me of?
for going off
Yeah,
on
I know.
script. Look what
I'm
you're
going off.
doing.
Do you know what Hasbro remind me of? Tesco. And do you know what Tesco reminds me of?
Crap.
The company. What did you say?
Crap.
No, Tesco reminds me of the company in Wall-E. What's it called? By and Large, is it? You know that company that's just taken over the world, destroyed it with litter? You know in Wall-E, the little robot scurrying around clearing up the mess, and the only thing left on planet Earth is what's left of this massive conglomerate called By and Large?
Baz,
Yeah,
I haven't watched Wall-E for 3 years.
good film. You should watch Wall-E. Watch Wall-E, it's great. Anyway, I've gone off on one. Sorry, yeah.
Can't do that.
No, Hasbro bought MB. So the console itself, out of the box, has a game built in.
Really?
Yeah, what's the name of that game?
Star Wars.
Mindstorm. It's called Mindstorm. And it's like an Asteroids clone, and it's very, very good. We'll show you Mindstorm.
So it's technically copying Asteroids by Atari.
Well, that was what was happening in
was
19...
Atari angry?
I don't know. They probably no. It wasn't exactly the same.
Well, it looks the same.
That's another show entirely. Exactly. We got to do that. Why was everyone ripping off everybody else's games? So you've got Pac-Man,
Yeah.
Munchman.
Lady Pac-Man.
No, Lady Pac-Man are done by Atari as well. So you got Pac-Man, you got Munchman and
Really?
Snapman and Gobbleman and all
Seriously?
these crazy games that
Seriously?
are exactly the same game,
As Pac-Man.
but slightly different names. But anyway,
Anyway,
we digress.
We digress.
So
games
games-
are shipped on cartridges.
That's right, games were shipped
called
on
cassettes.
cartridges called
and
cassettes.
each game featured a plastic coloured overlay like one of these.
That's a plastic overlay.
A minute ago, I was just fanning myself with it, and you said it's like fanning yourself with the Mona.
With the Mona Lisa,
Mona
yeah.
Lisa,
Don't fan
yeah.
yourself with that. That's a very precious piece of plastic, that is.
This is a bit like what Taito did with Space Invaders, like adding colour
Yeah.
with a plastic screen.
That's right, because the Space Invaders arcade
Because it was a
machine
black and white TV
had a
screen.
black and white TV in it, and what they did, they put strips of colour over the screen, and when you were playing Invaders, it looked like it was colour, but it wasn't actually. It's just a piece of plastic.
Right, so this is the sciencey bit now.
This is the science bit.
So I'm going to cover my ears.
Yes. Vectrex had a 9x11 inch black and white Samsung TV screen in it. And this TV screen was actually made for portable TVs, but GCE bought thousands of these things and decided to do some very clever stuff with it, to turn it from a raster screen to a vector screen. What's the difference between a vector and a raster screen, Josh? Do you know?
Do you know, you've just asked that question to a brick.
Why?
How am I supposed to know?
I thought you knew. Do you not know? I'll explain it to you then. A raster, when you play a video game, the majority of games that you play, let's take Pac-Man as an example.
Star Wars!
Star Wars is a vector game. Let's take Pac-Man, right? Pac-Man is drawn by raster scan, which means you have one dot of light going backwards and forwards very, very, very quickly and draws the image on the TV, right? That's a raster scan. A vector screen is one point of light that draws nothing but straight lines. So instead of scanning the entire screen like this, purely it just draws from A to B, draws a line. So all the shapes and objects moving around are drawn in a different way than a normal screen. And what the clever guys did at GCE was take a standard TV screen, change the yoke, which is the magnets on the back of it, change the driver so that the console was a vector-based console and not a raster console. And if you're still awake following me on this, that is amazing. Because that's exactly what Atari did with Asteroids. That's exactly what Atari did with Battlezone. That's exactly what Atari did with Star Wars.
Do you know what?
It's a vector screen, and that's why it looks so pin-sharp and absolutely fabulous.
I fell asleep 10 minutes ago.
You're cheeky, you are.
Baz? Baz, can you explain that again? I wasn't listening.
No. No. It's a vector screen. Stop taking a Mickey.
Mickey Mouse.
It's a vector screen, not a raster screen.
Vector.
Every day's a school day. Every day's a school day.
What was you
kids.
just going to say?
Every day's a school day, kids.
What does that mean?
Every day's a school day. You've just learned something. There were a couple of peripherals made for this console.
Peripherals?
Peripherals, yeah.
That's difficult to say.
It is. One was a light pen.
Oh, so you could like draw on the screen and stuff.
Perfect, that's right, yeah.
Cool.
And you could draw. I think you could draw stuff in it. I never saw it for sale in this country. And one was a crazy 3D viewer, right?
No.
It was like a contraption, a bit like a Virtual Boy that you stuck on the front of your head. I'm not kidding. This is true. Yeah, there it is. Actually, have a look at that. Right, that's the 3D viewer, and you stuck it to the front of your head.
Really?
And inside, I think it had a rotating disc. And when you looked at your Vectrex, it made you sick and you threw up.
In the actual...
Yes, that's why there aren't many Vectrexes now, because they all got destroyed by vomit. That's not true, I made that up. But yeah, apparently it wasn't very...
Yes.
It didn't catch on.
So...
And shortly afterwards, the console disappeared into history.
I've got an idea.
What?
Instead of rambling on, let's just look at some games.
Should we have a look at it?
I think that's why people are here, to look at these.
Let's have a look at it then, shall we?
Yes.
Here's the amazing MB Vectrex.
You owe me £2, I didn't say Amstrad! Ha!
Hang on, we haven't finished it. You've got an outro to do later. Here's a quick look around the Vectrex console itself. As you can see, it's got an inbuilt black and white CRT with the Vectrex MB branding on the front there. Each Vectrex came with its own controller with 4 fire buttons and an analog type joystick. In here we've got the speaker grill, a port for a spare controller, a reset button and an off and on volume. And the controller actually folds into that slot there on the front. There's a cartridge port on the side of the unit, and on the back there is a brightness adjusting dial, and that is pretty much it. Right, here's the Vectrex, and what we'll do, we'll take a look at Mindstorm, which is the built-in game. There's no cartridge in the machine at the moment, it's just me playing Mindstorm. Let's have a look at this. This is very much like Asteroids as far as I remember. How sharp those vector graphics are, absolutely awesome. Probably the closest thing to having an arcade machine at home back in 1983. It's about as close to Asteroids as you can get without it being Asteroids. Love the graphics on this, it's absolutely awesome. You might be able to hear that buzzing noise. Nearly all the Vectrexes, as almost from new out the box, had a slight hum when you were playing them, and I think it was something to do with the CRT not being properly shielded from the speaker. Right, so that's Mindstorm. Let's take a look at something else. Right, I've got Berserk loaded onto the Vectrex now.
Yep.
Which is one of my favourite games on arcade and Amstrad. And
Do you know, I heard that the joystick, after a while, like the joystick always springs back to the middle, right?
Yeah, it does.
After a bunch of gameplay, eventually it'll just flop.
I think that's
it?
after a few years it wears out. Yeah.
What's this little game all about then?
So you're this humanoid,
Yeah.
and you've got a bunch of robots that have gone berserk. I've got this on the VIC-20 actually. It's called Amok.
What does it do?
You have to go from room to room, avoiding touching the walls, shooting all these.
Can they shoot you?
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
Seems easy.
But if you stay on the screen, you can have a go if you want.
Have a go.
Hang on.
Looks easy.
Make sure Otto appears if you spend too long in a room and you can't shoot him. You have to get away.
So am I? Nope. I got shot. I got shot.
Right, Josh is having a go now.
This is very difficult. Ah! God, that's close.
Don't touch the walls. The walls are electrified. Nice. It's a great game in the arcades. I've got a version of this on the VIC-20 called
I swear I
Amok.
just touched the wall. I swear I just touched the wall. Why is it all flashy on the camera?
Because it's a CRT screen. Hopefully it'll look all right when we edit it.
Oh, this is difficult.
It is brilliant, isn't it?
Would the capture card not work on this?
No, it's got a built-in screen. The only way you get a capture card to work on this is to pull it apart and see if you can tap some composite feed from it, which I am not going to do.
Silent scream.
Right, really good. Okay, so
Silent
that's
scream.
Berserk on the Vectrex. Let's take a look at something else. Right, this game is called Solar Quest. Let's have a go at this.
Okay, Dib's going first.
I'll go first because you won't know what you're doing, will you? I don't think I know what I'm doing, actually.
Damn! 1982.
1982, look at that.
Okay.
Nice ditty there.
Yes.
So what have you got to do in this one? I think this is the one. Yeah, so you fly around this sun or a black hole or whatever it is in the middle of the screen. And you blow up the ships and you pick up these little geezers.
What are they?
Little geezers. Oh dear, I went into the sun. I think it's a sun or a black hole. You
Makes
can...
me think of that episode in Thunderbirds when those guys are flying into the sun. I don't know why, it just makes me think of that.
So, oops, yeah, so it's weird. You blow up their ships and then you go and rescue them. How weird is that?
I know, right? Maybe they're carrying like cargo or something that you have to get. Maybe that's it. Do we have any other games for this?
Yeah, I take it you don't like this.
No, not really. I don't really like it.
I like this, actually. Right, that's Solar Quest.
Oh.
Oh, it even sounds like the arcade version.
What do you have to do in it? I bet it's really difficult. Oh my god, this is
You got
awesome.
bombs as well.
I'm not gonna lie, the visuals are really good.
They're really sharp, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely pin sharp. Oh dear.
Damn! It's like, what is it, a vector?
It's a vector screen, yeah. All
Yeah,
it does
that's
is draw straight lines. It doesn't draw raster
No,
lines.
I like it like that.
It's very good, isn't it?
What a hit! And another hit.
So you have to get the fuel pods, otherwise you'll crash. You've got no fuel. That bar at the bottom is your fuel.
Where are the fuel pods?
They're the boxes with the little crosses in, I think. Or the boxes on legs. Boxes on legs are fuel.
Those.
Yeah, there they are. Look at the
Okay,
bottom
got it,
there.
right, got it. What? What? I swear
you
I
ran out
grabbed
of fuel.
them. I swear I grabbed them.
If you run out of fuel, you just drop out of the sky. Now you notice the way it changes colour depending on how far or how low down the screen you are because of the plastic overlay.
Ah, yeah. So, right. Oh, I should blew them up. Oh. I'm smart.
It's a difficult game actually, Scramble is. It's not easy.
Oh, I missed that. Wow, I'm so bad at this game.
I'll have a go in a minute. Let's have a go.
I don't think those legs, those boxes on legs are fuel, because I just flew into it and it blew me up.
Who's better at this one then, kid?
Definitely me.
You're a cheeky.
How much? How much?
You're talking to a Scramble master here.
Really?
Yeah.
You're talking to a Scramble master right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Just having an off day then?
Yeah. Just having a bit of a miserable gaming day. If that's what you want to call it.
Oh look, phase 2.
Oh,
Flying
yeah.
saucers.
Yeah, I got further than that.
Did you get further than this?
Yeah, I got
I must not have seen you.
I got to phase 17, you just had your eyes
Oh,
closed.
there's only 5
You
phases.
blinked and I got to phase 17.
Well, you've uncovered mystery phases then that I've never seen because there's only 5.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh, so those are games on the Vectrex then?
So this is the Vectrex, and you've got to admit it's very, very cool indeed.
Yes, it is.
What a cool bit of retro kit.
Back to the studio.
I would love one of these when I was a kid.
Well, Josh, that was the Vectrex. And you know what? I've only been waiting 30 odd years
Only
to
about-
get my hands on one of those and have a good play with
Only
it.
about 30 years.
Something like that.
So, was it worth the wait? Was it living up to your expectations?
Honestly, it was bloody rubbish. No, it wasn't. It was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? It was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
He's very excited.
I am very excited. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Do you know what? There's something about...
The Vectrex.
No, not just the Vectrex, but there's something about having a console with its own built-in screen,
Yeah, you can just
especially a
carry it around.
CRT screen, like a Vector monitor. It just makes it feel like you're playing an arcade game. And that to me is just brilliant. There is nothing
You
like
sure
it.
there's not a single issue?
No.
Not one gripe at all?
No,
Gotta be something.
it's perfect.
Nothing at all?
Alright, yes, there is one little issue I'm not happy with.
I knew there would be. What's that then?
I'm not telling you what it is.
What's that then?
Because it's...
I am your colleague. Tell me.
You're my colleague.
I'm your work colleague. Now tell me.
If I had to change one thing on it,
Would
just
that be the
one
price
thing,
tag?
no, it will be the fact that I found the joystick. It's only about like an inch high. It's like a little...
No, big people with big hands have to do this.
Yeah, and I've got big hands. And it's like a little stalk. And as you're playing and your hands get sweaty, you kind of like... And the joystick rotates as well on its shaft. Do you know what I mean? So it's a small little stubby joystick. It rotates, spins whilst you're trying to play it. So your hands kind of like slip off it. So
That sounds really cheap.
I think it would be better with a more... You know, have you ever seen the Namco arcade stick?
Isn't that it?
That's one there.
Oh,
Right?
actually.
No, not that. That's just a cheap... But
But that's a
toy.
Namco arcade
No,
stick.
no,
you
no,
just...
I'll show you. There it is, look,
okay.
there. One of those.
Wow, let me
Now
put this back then.
that is about £90 worth of joystick.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a professional arcade style joystick. Now, if you could buy one of those for the Vectrex, perfect. In fact, I bet you somebody's going to comment and say you can actually get those for the Vectrex. I've not seen one.
Comment if you
It
can.
does actually take the same 9-pin port as it's on those zip sticks behind you.
These things?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
they're like those. These are cheap.
They're not, they're brilliant.
They feel so, like...
No, they're nice.
I don't
But
like
it
them
takes the
at
same
all.
port. So if you could buy a third-party joystick for the Vectrex, I think... So if I had to say one thing, I'd say the joystick isn't brilliant. So never mind what I thought of it, because I'm biased. I
Wow.
think it's brilliant. What
Wow.
did Joshua think
Wow.
of the Vectrex?
It was a
Be
bit
careful what you
tense.
say here
It
now.
was a bit tense.
Bit
and
tense.
yeah.
It would have been if you'd have pulled the cartridge out while it was switched on, like he nearly did. He would have known what the word tense really means if you'd have done that. So, what do you think of it?
Tense.
Tense.
Also, I love the overlays you get with it. It's really unique. That is.
Very
like,
unique,
Every time you
yeah.
buy a game like this one here, what's this one?
That's Hyperchase for the
Hyperchase.
Vectrex.
Yeah. As soon as you open the box, you have like a paper bag, and you open it, and you've got this unique plastic overlay.
Yeah, which we
and
showed them
every
before we
game-
started playing it, actually.
Every
yeah.
game has its own different overlay,
Yeah,
which I just
and
love. I love.
It makes it
no
look
other
like an
console does
arcadey
that.
kind of machine,
And I
doesn't
love
it?
the way you just get out of the box and you just slip it in front.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
And
just,
it gives you
I love
fake
them.
colour
I know, it's
to a
awesome.
black and white screen.
Even though
Very,
it's
very good.
fake, it still works brilliantly.
Yeah, but it also makes the machine look cool because you get
Yeah.
graphics and visuals on it, and it
Yeah.
looks like a mini arcade machine, doesn't it? So that's absolutely brilliant.
Oh yes. Isn't there a way you can play old Vectrex games without actually spending 300 odd quid on a console?
Yeah.
I swear there was a
So
way. I've heard
if you
about
are
it.
interested in a Vectrex and you just want to experience one without having to shell out
500
for a
quid.
real Vectrex, if you've got an iPad And let's face it, a lot of people have got iPads.
Yeah.
If you've got an
This
iCade...
is what not many people have. This is an iCade.
That's an iCade, right? An iCade is a Bluetooth controller
Yeah, it's like
for... It's really cool, actually,
it's
isn't
like an
it?
arcade machine where you slip the iPad in and connect it to Bluetooth, and then you just download the Atari
Oh, there's loads of games,
app.
yeah. There's
download
Atari,
apps for it,
Namco...
and then it works on the joysticks.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Well, there's an app called Vectrex Regeneration you can buy from the Apple Store, and I think it's only about £2 or £3, something like that. It's only a couple
For an app, that's quite expensive.
Well,
to be
would you
honest.
rather go and do? Spend £300 on a Vectrex? £3,
honest-
£300. What are you going to do, kid?
To be honest, if it was me, I'd get the Vectrex myself. It's a better experience.
It is a better experience, but the whole point is, if you want to play a Vectrex game and experience a little console, get yourself an iCade. How much were they? £30 when they were out?
Didn't we find one in Debenhams or some place like that?
we
didn't
bought ours. I bought mine with some Christmas money one year.
Was it from Debenhams?
It was from
Something like
PC
that.
World, Curry's PC World in Worcester.
Oh,
That's in Worcestershire,
just like Debenhams.
England,
That's near London.
near London. And it was £30 for the iCade, and you slot the iPad
The
in.
iCade was £30.
Yeah,
Is that it?
yeah. It's not bad,
So
is
they're
it?
quite cheap, actually.
Very good. And you can play Vectrex, and it's
Those
it's
games.
pretty close to the real thing, actually, because it's the same kind of size,
Yeah,
isn't it?
we've got a proper arcade machine now, so we don't often play with the arcade
No, we
anymore.
should dig out the iCade and have a go with
We
it
have
more,
a
really.
proper arcade machine.
But
so.
it's a good cheap way to experience Vectrex, and and you can even put the overlays on as well. You can press
In
the button.
front of
and
the iPad?
No, it's,
Oh, I was gonna say.
it's on the screen, and it shows you
And
what it looks
also,
like. What else is going on before
Tony
we disappear?
Osborne, we sent that
Oh, yeah.
T-shirt to him. One of these.
Tony
wow,
Osborne
he
won.
sent us a picture of him wearing it, and he looks so sick with
he is.
sunglasses.
Yeah, he's
And
rocking.
he's holding his pug and everything.
He's got a pug. He got the whole Bitmap Brothers shades things going
Rocking.
on, and he looks pretty cool wearing a Retro Shed T-shirt. So if you want one, give us a shout, and we'll
Make another competition.
we'll
or
make some
something.
money out of it or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. Or we'll do another
And-
competition.
Also, we went to Vintage Gamer
Yes.
last weekend. And
Saturday.
So we got there and he started talking with all the other guys about
Vintage
Coinbase
Gamer,
or
let's give them a
whatever.
quick plug. Vintage Gamer, there's their address down there, and
Yep.
they're in Halesowen in the West Midlands, and
That's near
they're
London.
Near London, great shop to go to if you're into retro gaming and stuff. So we rocked up there on
Yeah,
Saturday.
so we got in
to
there.
pick up. We went up there to pick up Hyperchase on the Vectrex.
So we got in and Dad's speaking to all the guys about Coinbase or whatever, which
Yeah.
I found incredibly boring. So I
He went off rummaging, didn't you?
Because he told me to look for an Atari 2600 game, and while I was at it, I found this.
Boo! Hiss! Woo! Hiss!
You sound
Now-
like my pet corn snake.
Interestingly enough, the guys in the shop said that is worse. Mario Brothers,
How can this be worse than...
E.T.
How?
They said
not
that's
possible.
worse than E.T.
It can't be possible. It can't be possible.
So the interesting thing is now a couple of people
be
responded
possible.
to this on Facebook because I said on Facebook, how can
It
this be
can't
worse than
be
E.T.?
worse.
And about 2 or 3 people said it's a lot more playable than E.T.
Well, the thing is, I
So-
saw a little YouTube video on this actually, and it looks okay, I guess. It didn't show any gameplay,
to
but
punish Josh
punish
for
me.
going off and rummaging and spending my money,
You're the
Hey.
one who bought it. You agreed to buy it, me.
that's because you shoved it in my face.
I said, "Oh, should we buy? Should we buy this for the channel as a laugh?"
Josh will be bringing you a review of Mario Brothers on the 2600
Also,
coming up
we
soon.
got this thing.
Oh yeah, G-Con 2. Why
Yeah,
have we
you-
bought
you-
that?
you can have that.
Why have we bought the G-Con 2?
Oh, wait there. And we got one of my personal favourites, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Not bad, actually.
We got the Capcom Classic Collection of arcade games.
Nice selection of games. And we got Hyperchase.
got the Vectrex Hyperchase, yes.
So
Next week will
coming
be,
up, we're going to be looking at
Elite.
not quite.
I can hear the dog
I
outside.
can hear the dog outside as well.
Anyway,
Coming up, we're going to be looking at some vintage 90s stuff that I never owned and I've never played on, so I know nothing about it.
Amstrad.
No, Amstrad,
Oh,
no.
not
We have to do some review. We have to do some research ourselves because we're going to be playing on Nintendo's flop, the Virtual Boy.
How are you gonna put a camera in that?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I think I'm going to strap a GoPro to your face.
On the way to this place, he said we were talking about this, and he says I might have to surgically operate you to fit cameras in my
Yeah,
eyes.
I'm gonna surgically attach a GoPro to Josh's face so that when he looks into the Virtual Boy, that's what it looks like.
So
You guys will be able to see what he
Mom
sees.
disagreed with that, so instead we came up with the plan of building like a cardboard box and like cutting a hole out and sticking the GoPro in it.
I'm gonna make it.
So
I'll tell you what
just
I'm
look
gonna
like
do.
a cardboard box with a GoPro. in my
You've just given me a brilliant idea. I'm gonna make
What's
him
that?
a Borg mask. You can be a Borg.
What's a Borg?
They're not from Sweden, but I will show you what a Borg looks like in another coming up soon. So don't forget to join us next time, where Josh will be dressed up as a Borg to play Nintendo's Virtual Boy.
They better not look stupid.
Oh, it doesn't look stupid at all.
That's so sarcastic.
Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye. Do you know what?
You've never seen a Borg before?
No, but do you know what?
What?
You need to get me one of those t-shirts that just says Amstrad with an exclamation mark and a picture of me doing this.
Yeah, let me show you a picture of a Borg.
Really?
Do you want to see a Borg?
Yeah.
Here's a picture of a Borg.
Borg.
Borg from Star Trek. Borg.
Borg.
Hang on, images. There.
What the hell?
There's Picard.
I'm not wearing that.